Okay, you guys are good in here and recording. We're ready to go. Is your applicant here? Hey, can you hear and see me here? Hello?
Hey Jennifer, how you doing?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you got
Sorry, I was on mute.
it's all good. We have Azul here, who's going to help us. She'll be bouncing between this room here, A, and also G, Fairview, because those two are mine, but she's helping assist me. So once I leave one, she'll come in and we'll just be flapping back and forth. So
All right.
um I'm really interested on this Fairview one. I mean, even though I know this isn't, I really see how this is gonna go compared to how it was last year. So
Mm-hmm.
um maybe someone here. I think someone's admitting. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome in. We have our applicant for meta planning, Jennifer Curtis here. So if you have any questions,
That's my
I say
client.
meta. Oh, okay, okay. That's the client. Okay, so I didn't know if this was okay. So it's not anybody important. Okay, good. Well,
You're
important,
fine.
but not. This isn't okay. Gotcha. Awesome. Well, let me bounce over to the other room real quick. See if there's anything
All
that they
right.
need me over there. Be back.
How are you, Jennifer?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Is it just gonna be us and Brandon most likely in the room?
Hopefully. That would be a no drama meeting.
Yeah. So this is the is this where neighbors get to comment? Is that correct?
Yes. So
Yeah.
the idea is that anybody and everybody can come and ask questions, and there's enough time that they're not, on the clock, like at Planning Commission where you only have 2 minutes.
Got it.
So if members of the public or commissioners or other consultants or anybody has questions, they can show up and ask questions. And we are being recorded, FYI,
Okay. All right.
which is mostly so that staff can go back and make sure that they have a record of everyone who showed up and what they said and that kind of thing.
Cool.
So I'm going to turn off my camera and microphone and just kind of hang out and see if anybody has anything to ask us.
Okay.
How long do you typically hang around?
I have to stay until it ends.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought. Okay,
Which
So
is when?
you're free to
7.
go. Y'all are both free to go whenever you are ready, but I will be here until it ends.
I just have a conflict
Until
at
is that
6:30.
7?
Um, the invite I received was until 7,
Wow.
which is a
Okay.
little short. In previous years, it was a few hours. But I'm here for as long as they tell me I need to be here.
All right, sounds good.
Hello? 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 Hello, would the guest Cliff like to unmute?
Yes.
I didn't know if you were waiting on me to start. I didn't know if you had any questions or what would you like?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay, I hadn't started my presentation yet. You're our first guest, so I didn't know if you were waiting on somebody else.
No,
Okay, well, in that case, I will just get started. Okay. I'm Jennifer Curtis with Meta Planning and Design. And this request is about West Greens Road. Let me know if there's a slide delay. When I was testing it earlier, it was taking a few seconds for the slides to advance. But I'm going to keep talking, and if you're not seeing what I'm talking about, then just tell me to pause. So this street segment is located just outside Beltway 8, along Highway 249, northwest of downtown, and it's this particular segment is inside the city of Houston city limits. The request is for this segment of West Greens Road, which is about 2,300 feet long, between Mills Road on the north and Gessner Road on the west, and the request is to delete this segment of West Greens Road. A brief glance at some of the history of the thoroughfare grid in this area. The grid originally was a diagonal grid on the east side and an orthogonal grid on the west side coming together at 249. And that will come into play later, but as you can see from the kind of the progression of over time, that the grid has kind of adapted to the bayou and other physical characteristics of the area that have had to be adapted to. So looking a little bit closer, the site that I'm representing is in blue. The city limits is in white on this exhibit. The orange areas are limited purpose annexations. The gray areas are ETJ. You can still see the remnants of the original network. You see a lot of streets going to the northeast. That's the diagonal grid that existed, 249 kind of being the boundary of that. And then as you move to the left side of the page on the west, we start to see the north-south, east-west orthogonal grid pickup. And Greens Road is kind of right in the middle of these. So you have some strong north-south corridors, Gessner Road, Perry Road, et cetera, going to the west. And then you have some good east-west circulation happening to the west on Cypress North Houston, but 1960 is a very strong corridor going eastbound that kind of parallels this little piece of West Greens Road. And then obviously Beltway 8 just to the south and 249 as well. Mills Road and Greens Road cross right in this area, but are generally going in the same direction as well. But then if you look to the east, West Greens Road currently stops at Cutton Road. There is on the map, it's projected to extend another mile to Hollister, but there are several existing encumbrances in that area that have been developed over the past years. There's a neighborhood and detention ponds and drainage channels and things like that that have not given widening or any right-of-way dedication for Greens Road to extend. So that last mile to the east, probably not happening. So this is kind of the end of the true eastbound corridor of West Greens Road. It does continue to the west, but eastbound, there's not really any more room for it to go, which is why we think that if you're looking at regional traffic, there are other existing opportunities to go in the direction that this road would connect. And there's just not a lot of regional need for West Greens Road to kind of fill in the gaps right here. We've had a couple, oh, hi, Richard.
Oops.
You want
Hello.
me to start over?
No.
Okay, I will keep going. All right. So looking at the roads that exist today, between Beltway 8 on the south and this segment of West Greens Road is about 1.4 miles. There are some large non-residential users in between, so there's not really anything to the south where a road could go. And then it's only about 870 feet between the proposed route of West Greens Road, which is those red dots, and Mills Road to the north, which is a very close gap for two thoroughfares to be less than 900 feet apart and going in approximately the same direction, which is another reason that we think that existing street patterns are going to be able to handle the long-term traffic in this area. Total, that's about 1.5 miles between the Beltway and Mills Road. So looking at regional traffic, if you're talking about, the average 1 mile grid, 1.5 miles, not too much further than the standard. All right, again, if it's lagging, just let me know and I'll stop for a second. So drilling down into the exact site, the major obstacle is readily apparent. There's a existing apartment complex to the left side of this segment that was constructed, platted and built in 2005 that did not provide any right-of-way for West Greens Road in this location. It was on the map at the time. So in order for West Greens Road to connect to Gessner Road, some of that property would have to be condemned, or it would have to be redeveloped, or the right-of-way would have to be acquired in some other fashion. If that doesn't happen, then this road is never going to connect. As you can see in this triangle area, the other affected parcels that would be impacted by the extension of West Greens Road, none of those other parcels have developed because this thoroughfare extension is a big question mark for the area. It's not going to do anything for access or, commercial advertisement, front facade or anything like that, or presence on the street, if it's a dead end that just kind of goes into the middle of these parcels and stops. So if looking at these parcels from a commercial standpoint, there's zero return on investment to develop these properties with a big old thoroughfare going to nowhere in the middle of the tracks. So this thoroughfare is really inhibiting the growth in this area. Also, from a purely technical standpoint, where West Greens Road touches Mills Road, that's a very acute angle, not ideal for a major thoroughfare intersection. So just looking at, that particular extension, if this were to be extended all the way through, that would become a challenge in terms of infrastructure to have that acute angle intersection. So my client obviously is the property in the middle in the black outline, and they have a plan to develop the property, but because of the thoroughfare question, it's too uncertain. They're not able to move forward without this question being answered. That, if this road is going to go here, it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything, it's not serving any purpose because it can't be extended unless there's an appetite to condemn those apartments. Okay. I just included the apartment complex plat here for reference, and the inset on the right is the thoroughfare plan at the time, which was in 2004, 2005. And then across the street, in like about a year later, another apartment complex plat that did provide the right of way for Greens Road. So at about the same time, just one of them missed it for some reason. So in conclusion, we're asking to delete this small segment of West Greens Road from the thoroughfare plan because it's not viable to be built. We did look at the potential to realign this road to a different location, but given that West Greens Road is built to the east and built to the west, and there's only about 2,000 feet in between, there's nowhere else that you could go without disconnecting it. And so much of the surrounding area is built out that no matter where you go, you're condemning something. So it's that being the case, and especially because it's not going much further east, this road is probably never going to happen, but it's prohibiting these properties from being able to develop with any certainty. And so we're asking to delete it from the map. So this is the table form. Again, we're asking to delete a section of West Greens Road. And that's the end. Any questions? Guest Cliff, I didn't know if you're on mute. I didn't know if you had any questions.
No questions.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. I don't see any other guests in the room, so I will be available, but I'm otherwise going to turn myself off camera and microphone until then.
And Jennifer, I'm back in the room for a little bit if needed.
I'm sorry, Brandon, what was that?
I said I'm back in the room if needed.
Oh, thanks. actually, Brandon.
Hey,
I have a question.
yes.
I saw that Sharon resent the meeting link for tonight and extended the time. Was that intentional?
I don't know. Let me follow up. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Jennifer.
What's the word?
It was a mishap of fat fingers. So
All right.
yeah, she was trying to click something and end up extending the time on accident. So no, it's till 7. We're good.
All right, I will ignore it then. Thanks.
Jennifer, you didn't need anything from Public Works, did you?
Well, we do have a right-of-way abandonment request in at the same time, but as I understand it, they're only waiting on the thoroughfare request to proceed. There were no existing improvements or utilities found in the site, so I don't think Public Works has anything on the line, I should say.
Okay. Like I said, I'm bouncing back and forth between meetings to see if anybody has anything for us. So thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hey, Jennifer, everybody doing okay over here? Great. And then Richard, I mean, you're absolutely correct. That JRC came our way. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, my
Yeah.
child tried to walk in the room.
Okay, that JRC came our way and we asked them to put it on hold, pending the information. So I don't know, Richard's already gone, so he can't hear me, but I'll talk to him about it later if he has questions. Because what we
Yeah.
didn't want you guys to have to do is reapply. We're like, just hang on, let us do it, and then you can move from there. So that
Yeah,
was,
I've already coordinated with them.
oh, good, okay,
With the JRC and all my questions have been answered and they said they're just waiting on this process.
okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
I'm gonna jump over to Fairview again, Jen. It's not hot, but it's a little warm over there. So
All right. Give
making
Caitlin
sure
some support.
making sure
Yes.
Caitlin has everything she needs.
She actually has a question for you.
Okay,
That's
I'm
why
on.
I
Yeah,
came
I'm
back in.
switching over. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Jen, just stepping back in. Things look cool over here.
Yep, no movement.
All right. Yeah, it's 6:50 now, so we got about 10 minutes left, I guess, overall in the meeting. So I'll come back around at 6:57 kind of time. And
Okay.
just make for the recording, make a verbal announcement that we'll be ending at 7. And once 7 on the dot hits, we can all leave.
All right,
All right, thank you.
thanks.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hey, will you be waiting until like another time, or will you end the meeting at 7?
I didn't want to end it without permission, but if you're ready to end it, we can end it.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Let me ask Brandon, I guess. I was just waiting on you. Give me
Okay, I
one
think
second.
Brandon was going to come back and announce for the recording, like, hey, we're ending the meeting.
Okay.
Um, so I was just kind of waiting on that.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just wait. Thank you.
Okay.
Is all well here?
Yep, just waiting to be let go.
Okay. At 7 o'clock, you're welcome to go and you don't have to go back to the main meeting room. I can go ahead and, well, I can't stop recording because Brandon, I think, is in another room, but it's 7, Jennifer, and you have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Asul.
All right, you too, Sharon. Thanks.
Bye, y'all. Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Asul, I'm still talking in the other room, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, okay?
Okay, I had just messaged you. Thank
Okay,
you. Do you
thank
want
you.
me to come back to the other room,
No,
or
no, you're
are
good.
you okay?
You're
Okay.
great. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.